Well, after attacking Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia, Donald Trump has now alienated yet another former supporter of his, this time MMA champ Conor McGregor, someone who MAGA world knows and loves very well. Well, now McGregor has turned on Donald Trump, and it ain't pretty. Let's discuss. I'm Dave Aronberg, state attorney for Palm Beach County, aka the Florida lawman here on the MeidasTouch network. So we all know about Trump going after Brian Kemp, the former governor of Georgia, a popular conservative Republican, who Trump continues to blame for his loss in Georgia because he wanted Kemp to overturn Trump's loss in Georgia, but Kemp refused to do so, so he's just continuing to attack the governor, and the governor is popular, and Trump was at a rally in Georgia where he said these things not just about Brian Kemp, but about his wife.
Kemp is very bad for the Republican Party. He's the most disloyal guy I think I've ever seen. But think of the wife. We can never repay you for what you've done, sir. We could have never won. And now she said 2 weeks ago that I will not endorse him because he hasn't earned my endorsement. I haven't earned her endorsement. I have nothing to do with her. Somewhere he went bad. And you know what? Your numbers in Georgia are very average. Your crime numbers, your economic numbers, all of your numbers, you're very average. You can do a lot better, and you'll do a lot better with a better governor.
And a lot of Kemp supporters are hopping mad. Ericson, the Georgia Republican and radio host, told Politico over 30,000 people refused to vote for Trump in Georgia in 2020, and he lost by about 12,000 votes. All he's doing is reminding everyone why they don't like him. And he has no Georgia ground game and will have to rely on Kemp. It's going to hurt him. Kemp himself bit his tongue a bit. He wrote that his focus was winning this November and saving our country from Kamala Harris and the Democrats. I mean, I have a feeling he's probably going to end up voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Not engaging in petty personal insults, attacking fellow Republicans, or dwelling on the past. You should do the same, Mr. President, and leave my family out of it. Like I said, does it sound like he's going to still support Trump? And Trump needs him to win Georgia. So talk about snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Things were going pretty well for Trump in Georgia. No longer. First, you have the energy of Kamala Harris on top of the ticket, and now you have Trump attacking the most popular Republican in that state. But that's not all. Trump just insulted a hero amongst many in the MAGA movement. Conor McGregor, the Irish MMA fighter. Conor McGregor only recently put out on social media a tribute to Donald Trump after the assassination attempt, saying that a 78-year-old multiple billionaire, he should be on a yacht on the Med touring golf courses. But he is not. He is in Pennsylvania spitting out bullets, running for the love of his country. Godspeed, Donald. God bless the United States. But that was before Trump's interview with this guy named Aiden Ross, who I guess is a podcaster. He was an obsequious interviewer who asked Trump who his favorite UFC fighter was. And instead of saying Conor McGregor, he said Khabib. I think Khabib's last name is pronounced Nurmagomedov. Pardon the pronunciation, but Khabib is an undefeated fighter out of Russia. So, surprise, Trump is partial to the Russian fighter. And in praising Khabib, he insulted Conor McGregor. He insulted Conor McGregor so much that now McGregor has tweeted out the following. He first called Trump's comments a campaign-ending decision in a now-deleted tweet, and then followed with this. I was actually wrong. Couple $100 million he is worth, not multi-B. I would have thought USA only would be the mentality here and what I would want to see out of my president personally. To pick a retired inbred fighter from Dagestan, Russia, who has 3 main events only to his name is astounding. Over all the American fighters that have backed him, it's a shocking decision. He was caught on the spot. That won't go unnoticed on the roster. This presidential race is very tight right now, more so now. So not only did Conor McGregor insult Trump and pretty much took back his previous endorsement, but he also questioned his financial worth, saying he's really not a billionaire. So the gloves are off, literally here. And Trump just keeps shooting himself in the foot. First it's with Brian Kemp. Now it's with Conor McGregor. And don't forget, at his recent rally, Donald Trump also insulted someone who is definitely more popular than either of those two guys, the boss. He said Kamala has to go get entertainers because people start leaving as soon as she opens her mouth. Hillary Clinton used to do that too. I remember she got Bruce Springsteen. I'm not a huge fan. I don't really like him. And attacking Bruce Springsteen is so dumb because I can assure you that Bruce Springsteen is more popular in Pennsylvania than Trump is. And that's a state that Trump must win. And that just is so counterproductive to continue to bash people who may not like him or he needs. Next thing you know, he'll be going after Taylor Swift. Ooh, let's see him do that one. But at least he's still got Hannibal Lecter on his side. Hannibal Lecter, oh, no, actually Anthony Hopkins is also anti-Trump. We're waiting for that commercial to come out. But in the end, this just hurts any chance that Donald Trump has of winning in November because, as we've seen with the enthusiasm for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, as we've seen for with the huge crowds that are really getting under Trump's skin, that he's lashing out at anyone and everyone, and it is so self-defeating. And you know that his core supporters who continue to put on a good face know that this thing is slipping away from them. But before we go, I think the best thing is to hear Bruce Springsteen's retort to Donald Trump. Now, this came from just a few years ago, and I'm sure Donald Trump has kept it in his mind. But if you want to know what the boss thinks about Trump, here's a clip.
I think that he's really preyed upon that part of the country because he gives these very glib and superficial answers to very, very entrenched and very difficult problems. But they're answers that sound pretty good if you've struggled for the past 20 or 30 years. So
you can understand his appeal.
Yeah, I can understand that somebody with simple answers to very complicated questions who sound like they're listening to you for the first time. He's such a flagrant, toxic narcissist that he wants to take down the entire democratic system with him if he goes. If he could reflect on these things, maybe he'd have, but he's such an unreflective person. And he simply has no sense of decency and no sense of responsibility about him. I don't think he's going to go quietly into gently into the good night. I think he's going to make a big a mess as he can. And I don't know what that's going to mean, but we'll find out shortly.
So while people can try to talk about the dysfunctional Democrats, the lack of unity, it's the opposite happening. You see the Democratic Party coming together. You see a lot of unity, more than I've seen in a long time. And on the other side, you see Republicans in disarray. And it doesn't seem like it's going to get any better. So that's the latest. I'm Dave Aronberg, a.k.a. the Florida Lawman. If you like this video, please like and leave a comment below. I love reading your comments. And check us out on our sister site, True Crime MTN, where we discuss the latest in true crime cases that don't make it on the main MeidasTouch network. So I'll see you over there, and I'll also see you here next time.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.